Good morning, everyone. Okay, so this is my last free day before I'm going to start my next large project, which is what we're going to do in a bit. But first, we've got to finish the comic that came out today or this week because we never finished that, in a thing or something. So we're going to open the comic because though this has been fun working on deck plans, we need to do the comics first. Oops, comics first. So we'll work on that before we go on. There we go. We need to flatten this out because this is just the spaceship. We're going to do this, 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 and this. And this. And actually, what are you doing? I'm trying to. There. 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 Now we're going to take this and go wee. Like so. Gives it just a little bit of morning breath. A little bit of a tint. So you can see it's open and it is closed. No. And then I'm going to save it. I'm going to save it in the Springs folder. No, we're not going to do that. Oh, copy. Because I'm going to use this guy again. So part of the reason this has taken so long is I really like this particular comic thingy. And so I'm like, oh, it is kind of fun. We should do this more often. And I'm like, well, that's the thing. So there's that stuff. So I'm going to take this guy, move him here, spot over these guys. Driver's classes are done, man. Well, they're not done, but I turned in all the stuff. So the stuff is turned in. So save as. Oh. No, actually, this is me getting the comics that needed to be done. Four times. All right, back to work, slaves, for me. Pen needs to be set to 18. No, 12. 12. 12. 12. 6. 6 still. Really? We are having problems today. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I'm humored by the idea that these aliens actually just have flight wings. It cracks me up more than me. And flight patches on their outfits. I don't remember. Yeah, it's -3 Celsius out there. It's in the car.
Really like flannels.
There's nothing wrong with flannels.
Maybe like old school like waffles.
That's fair. One of the two. Please don't do what he did, though.
No attention at all. With something for
Right? Playing bass? Yeah. Here we go. Music playing at all. Oh, there. I like the idea that they're wearing moon boots. I think that makes it funnier. I mean, really, they're aliens, so the funnier the better.
Legally, we have to show it. Public service announcement from Author will follow our
Mm-hmm.
trying to shovel the walk. Didn't know that.
I was busy yesterday. I had all kinds of crap to do.
I was also busy yesterday. I went to work.
Yep.
Yeah, we talked to you about it.
It's all right. She's just in here saying we got to shovel the walk, which is kind of funny since I look out this way and all the sidewalks are clear and the roads are clear and actually almost the grass is clear in a lot of areas. But our house's front is north facing. And it's great for our solar panels. Our solar panels are on the back of the house. They're south facing. But incoming George at full gallop. So the rule maker is discussing the fact that we have to shovel the walk. This is the reference to Hollywood's 25 panels that always work. Yep. Looks like he's pregnant. That's funny. I'm okay with that. The exasperation starting to make it look like this is Bob and Tim, by the way, if you're wondering. Bob and Tim are the aliens. I'm just going to take this same panel, which I've already inked, and duplicate it over here. But this way, it's easier to just make corrections to this. Usually, I would We're having real problems with this all of a sudden. Really, alien heads are not that hard to deal with. I don't know what my problem is. Good morning, Travis. How you doing? Pepper.
Hello.
How are you doing, Pepper?
Tired. You?
I'm doing good. I'm trying to wrap up my Springs comic because Monday was such a...
Monday?
Can't see the video on Facebook. Weird.
I don't have my video playing, so...
I don't know if he's talking about you. I think he's talking about just in general.
Well, I know that the other day I was having problems seeing the show on Facebook as well. Hey, Brent.
I see me up on GS Davis art, but I don't see me up. There is something wrong with QuaCk. It has never worked properly. And I'm not sure why.
It could just be kinks, because sometimes it will play after you're done and the video is posted to the page. It will play like it was like it was streaming. It just depends. Are you doing a show this Monday coming up? Because I believe Bill has that day off.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, something about a holiday or something.
It's President's Day. So I know that because the kiddo's birthday is today.
Oh.
And the kiddo's having a sleepover, but nobody is in... nobody's working that day. So Mariah is going to be home too. So I think that I could probably reasonably get away with closing my office door and shutting the boys out so that they can be as noisy and loud as they wish to be and not have to deal with it. And so in other words, yes, I think I will broadcast on Monday morning. So if Bill wants to join me, that would be an awesome thing.
All right. Well, I will talk to him about it. Oh.
I promise not to argue with him.
Oh, it's fine.
Well,
you'll probably find something to argue about.
Any more than normal arguing.
Yeah.
I'm actually kind of worried that I may have argued with Bob one too many times. I haven't seen Bob in a while.
Bob reposted something of mine recently. I think he just hasn't had the time.
That's plausible too.
Travis?
I've just been arguing with him I've been arguing with him on Facebook, and so I feel bad because I'm like, I don't mean to be scaring you off.
It's all right. I don't think. Anyway, to answer Travis's comment, what comic is this, guy?
Oh, so Travis, I also do a daily comic, or well,
A weekly.
newspaper-like daily comic called Springs, and it's about it was originally okay. So there's a long story behind this, as always. In the year 2000, the guy who was writing Charlie Brown retired, and when he retired, I thought, oh, you know what? Comic strips are not that hard to make. I will make a comic strip. It can't be that hard. How hard can it possibly be? So I decided to make a comic strip. And it turns out that it's actually really hard to make a comic strip, but that's okay. So I made this comic called Springs, and it's about robots on this planet. And so I tried to send it to the syndicates in 2000, and all the syndicates said, "Yeah, no thanks." And so I gave up. I was like, yeah, nobody wants to read it, or I'm a bad artist, or something. I'm sure there's a reason. Fast forward to 2015, when my best friend and I were talking, and he's like, "Whatever happened to that comic strip? I really like that comic strip." And I was like, "Springs? You like Springs?" And he was like, "Yeah, I liked it a lot. It was a good strip." And I was like, "Yeah, nobody wanted it," and so I didn't worry about it. And he's like, "They invented this thing called the internet, and it's very nifty, and you could post your comic up there, and other people could read it." And I was like, why didn't I think of that? So, and starting in 2015, I started reposting Springs and making new comics and stuff like that. And so, Springs hits a different crowd than my Bellatrix Rising comics, because of course it's a different style and it's a different thing and all kinds of stuff. But there are a lot of people out there who are relatively big fans of Springs, weirdly. So anyway, the long and the short of it is, I've been doing this on Mondays. I'll do Springs Mondays, where I'll do these, because it takes about 2 hours for me to do a strip. So, but this last Monday, I got all caught up doing the spaceships, because I was all excited about this spaceship that I did. And I got all caught up doing the spaceships that I forgot that I spent too much time didn't do the rest of the strip. So that was kind of a thing. So, I ended up kind of shooting myself in the foot there, but that's okay. He should be like a light green, I think. That's funny. So this is my Springs strip, which I do Mondays generally. But this last week has been so busy because I've been doing work for a company that it's been difficult to make my Springs strip. So I haven't done it yet. And so today is the first day that we've had free. Main character's name is TB, which he thinks stands for Tiberius. Really stands for tennis ball. That's pretty much what he is. He's a floating tennis ball. And it's funny, I made him so that I could literally just have a circle with eyes as the main character. So I was like, I wonder if I could make the circle with eyes the main character. Which would be funny. Some of the things I did were particularly humorous. Okay, let's look at the spaceship. Let's look at the colors. The colors are ridiculous. So what would pop out on that would be purple, would be ideal, but like tan is what I think for this. for the jumpsuits. Yellow. Yeah, I like the fact that you're like, I saw that one coming. Yeah. I didn't. It's funny. But I was also young and stupid, so there was. I mean, we all have to have our moments where we're like, you know what? I'm absolutely positively going to do this. This will be awesome. And then you're like, well, it didn't work as well as I thought it would. It's common. That's all right. You got more wisdom than I did, and there's nothing wrong. It took me some time. So that's what Springs is this. They've got moon boots. See how they got moon boots? It's funny. I'm humored by all kinds of stupid stuff. So we'll have this one finished today. And that'll be fine.
I choose all the adapters to offer info. So this is over here. Info is really just that app that we're writing in the software method. And I just go look at the adapters and just gonna have some.
So I watched Star Trek Picard last night. Pretty good. I was pretty happy.
I'm not allowed to hear anything. La 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 la.
I'm not going to tell you spoilers. I'm not going to tell you spoilers. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, because if I tell Bill anything, he'll be mad at me.
Yeah, because you can't tell them they all die in the end of the episode. Oh, wait, what?
Yeah. Although I did get to see, I guess, four, I forget their names, but basically the actors, for Picard, number one, the doctor that William Crusher's mom.
Uh-huh.
I am tired. I cannot remember anything in Worf. We're on The View. And Whoopi Goldberg gave Worf an award on the show because he has starred in
the most
over 300 episodes over the entire series set of the world of Star Trek.
Yep.
He's been in multiple series, so it's not. His appearance has been in almost everything that is within the timeline of his character.
Yeah, because he's been in Next Gen, he's been in DS9, he's been in Picard.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the movies.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to think. He hasn't been in Lower Decks yet. He needs to be in Lower Decks because that would be funny.
I mean, if he went into Lower Decks, I'm sorry, like I would seriously want him if he went into Lower Decks. Like I honestly would love to see that he was actually like the main character's father or something.
Right.
Because like it would be ridiculous that she looks human, but she like gravitates towards Klingon stuff so much.
Honor. I like honor.
Yeah.
Because she's
married.
I
mean, it would be like so. It would be so fitting.
It would fit perfectly, wouldn't it?
It would, and like I think it would be great. Now, obviously, by that world standards, she is not his daughter.
Sure.
Because she does not look half Klingon.
And we've already established that the Admiral is her father.
Mother.
No, there's an Admiral who's the father.
Oh, I haven't seen that
First
one
episode.
yet.
It's the very first episode, so that's not a spoiler.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's very,
I just don't remember because I am loopy as hell this morning.
It's all good. Yeah, in the very first episode of Lower Decks, we go through the whole episode, and then at the very end, there's the reveal that the captain is her mother. And the reveal is her calling the father and saying, "It's your turn to take her now. You take her." And he's like, I gotta go. Admiral stuff now. And she's like, "Don't you hang up on me." It was great scene. Oh man. I love Lower Decks so much. I didn't think I would. That's the reason I think I love Lower Decks so much. Is I thought Lower Decks was going to be the thing I wasn't going to be able to handle. I thought Lower Decks was going to violate enough problems with me that I wasn't going to take it. And instead, it is one of my absolute favorite Star Treks. Subverting my expectations. Yeah, I won't. You can guarantee that I'm not going to so much as a blip on you. Giving you spoilers for Picard because that'd be ridiculous. Because I hate it when people do spoilers with me. With the exception of the classic They All Died in the End. Because that is definitely a classic.
It was funny because when people started looking up Lauren Frost, who did the resurgence of My Little Friendships is Magic, she was like behind it. She's the one that basically got the guy who played Q to come into the show.
Right.
She created a character that reveled in chaos.
Weird.
And she's like, this character should be based off of the Star Trek character Q. And then she was like, could we get him to voice it?
Right.
And that's on how he got into and how he got the job for that character.
John Delancey is the best, though. He is so... He's also been on everything, because he actually has been on Lower Decks.
Yeah.
Q shows up, and then Mariner's like, "Oh, not this Q. We don't have time for this." And he's like, "Please, just one game." Just chasing Mariner.
He was on Voyager, too, wasn't he? Did Q make an appearance on Voyager as well?
Yep. With his son and his wife.
Yeah.
Actually, a lot of Q's storyline was in Voyager.
Well, I know he had a big part of the storyline in Next Gen.
Right, but I mean, there's a lot of like sub-story that was actually really fascinating in Voyager. For example, the episode where the Q wanted to commit suicide.
Yeah.
Because he was bored. What do you do when you're omnipotent and live forever? He was bored.
Well, him and his wife, the only reason why they had a kid was because they got bored.
Right? Travis is talking about game mechanics and things, story mechanics.
Oh, okay.
Because Travis is working on a project, a story project, and bouncing ideas off of us. Just so you're aware, because it sort of started last night while you weren't on. So,
well, I'm sorry, I was tired.
I love George. George is a George. George. George is like, why are you not paying attention to me again? Why is this thing in the way? Why is the monitor in the way? Why is anything in the way? Of scritches? I need scritches. That's all right. You've been posting in QuaCk, and that's cool. Somebody messaged me. Oh my goodness. Oh, oh. That's awesome. Oh. No. So one of my buddies, who is one of the people who has been traditionally against the Kurtzman Star Treks, he really liked that episode last night. And like, it's the first time I've liked an episode since Enterprise. And I'm like, you did? Really? Holy crap. Amazing. I, of course, liked it, but we've already established that I'm easily entertained. So,
that is completely fine.
Yeah. It's, though it's not necessarily true, Prodigy isn't really hitting me all the way. I mean, it's okay.
Prodigy's for kids, though.
Yeah, it is, but I mean, the animated series is 2, which was 1970s for kids. You know what I mean? And I still like most of the episodes of the animated series. And it's not that I don't like episodes of Prodigy. They're not hitting me. You know, they're not landing as well as they should. Or at least in my opinion. Okay, but as much as I love you, George, we are going to have to do it. And you are literally sitting there. So, Travis, I got a question for you. Are friendly monsters monsters? I will investigate that. You should go investigate that. I think you should investigate that. I will help you investigate. Go investigate. Thank you. I was just wondering. I always envision the word monster meaning, you know, a bad thing. And if they're friendly, they're not bad things. So I was just thinking, it's not a problem. I'm totally cool with it. I just was thinking, as part of our duties for QuaCk, always giving you something to think about to make sure you covered all the bases. My feeling, generally speaking, on things is this: if you know something and you have made a conscious effort or decision to do the thing anyway, it is okay. Because that's a choice you have made as an artist. The biggest thing I'm always worried about is, you know, Pepper is painting his paintings with chartreuse. And we all know that chartreuse makes people think of vomit, and therefore he's painting all these cute characters with vomit colors. And did he know that? And as long as he says, yeah, I knew that, then I'm good. It doesn't bother me.
I like chartreuse.
Yeah, actually, I kind of like chartreuse too.
If I was a Coraline character, I would have chartreuse buttons.
eyes. It'd be funny. So you can call
That's a
Monster.
movie I should probably watch today.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to watch today. I think Kiddo wants to go to like uh, Little Caesars probably for lunch, would be my guess. Which I'm okay with.
Little Caesars.
You know, weird. So
You should take him to. Me and Bill went to the '80s restaurant, the '80s pizza place.
oh, I'm in.
It's up near. It's in Fort Collins.
Well, I'm in Fort Collins today.
Yeah. But you should take them there sometime. Like you go in and like I swear, like you'll have flashbacks.
I'm into
They have,
the
Michael
80s.
Jackson's
I
Love.
love these. They were
They
very
have like they have old boxes of cereal. They have a statue, I think, of Alf.
Oh no! Don't take your cats.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not a bad restaurant, that's for sure. It's interesting for sure. Because I was like looking around and I was like, I remember that, I remember that, I remember that, and I'm like, I think I'm too young to remember that, but I remember that.
They repopped the Star Trek lunchbox, and I need to buy that. That's something. I actually just realized that now that you mentioned it. Speaking of things, they've repopped the Star Trek lunchbox for the metal lunchbox. Holy crap! The motion picture lunchbox is like, what do you mean? It doesn't even make sense. Yeah, they repopped the old one, and I saw it, and now I kind of want it because I go to work and take my lunch in a lunchbox, and I've been recently loving the idea of taking my lunch in an old tin lunchbox like the old days when I was a kid, because it makes the kids laugh, right? Because I go in and here's their teacher, and the teacher's got this tin lunchbox,
Mm-hmm.
You have so many questions in season 3 of Picard. You have to wait till Monday. If you save them all for Monday, and I will answer all of them. There are a lot of references in there. They're going all over the place. So, which makes my Trekkie heart sing, as you might imagine. I'm such a Trekkie. Don't answer everything. However, Pepper and Bill have not seen it yet, so we have to be on the hush hush for right now. No. I've seen it. Pepper and Bill have not seen it. And since Pepper is on the show with us this morning, you can't really go and make me talk about it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, Brent.
I've totally seen it. I'm on board, man.
Just because you don't see it, I'm not here.
That yesterday I had to work so much that I missed seeing it. I was almost 12 hours late seeing it. And I was like feeling it. boom, there was a Star Trek episode I had not seen. It sets off my sensors. Whenever there's a Star Trek
Will
episode I
Robinson.
haven't seen, it makes me edgy. I'm entertained. Right? I mean, like it's funny, but it's true. It's funny. It's true. Nope. Just the overlay. Always get them confused. Anyway, you could be. There's no way, man. Yeah, I will. I've already talked to my future keepers, my niece and my son, that when I get old enough that we have to put me into a home, just make sure that the home has Paramount Plus and runs all the time 24/7 Star Trek. That's all I ask. I will be a happy puppy. You can lock me away. Visit every so often. And then get sad whenever I'm like, I didn't know this, but did you know that there's an episode of the original series that I've never seen? Because I'll probably get, delirious and stuff. So, and you'll all be like really sad, and you'll be like, it's just a cool spaceship. I'm so excited about this spaceship. For a while there, the Paramount Plus app had a channel you could switch to where it played just Star Trek all the time. And that was great. I'd use it whenever I was drawing. But then I got annoyed because they would show like all of season 3 of TNG, followed by all of season 5 of Deep Space Nine, and then all of season 1 of Enterprise. And I'm like, don't do that. Randomly shuffle them. So one episode of TNG, followed by one episode of Deep Space Nine, followed by an episode of Enterprise. You know what I mean? Like, by doing that whole thing, it was just like this long run of Deep Space Nine going. I'm like, man, if you're going to have a channel. Because if you wanted to watch all of a run, you'd switch over to Deep Space Nine Season 3 and hit play. I mean, like, that's already built into the app. If you're watching a channel, the entire point of the channel was to, make it so that the point of the channel is to make it so that you don't have to switch all over the place, All right, let's flatten this down.
What I don't like is the fact that HBO Max took over certain parts and aspects of what Boomerang was doing with some of the older shows. So now Boomerang is not doing any type of updating to the TV shows, and I have to go over to HBO Max to find them.
Ugh.
Not really happy about that.
There you go, Brett. You can just set up a server that does that all day long, and I will be the happiest person on the planet. I'll just watch it all the time. Just have it running. Just randomly picks an episode and selects it and throws it out there and just does. I'm good with that.
See, but then you have a person like me who likes watching every episode in a row.
That's on you. There's nothing wrong with that.
I think you should be able to select it though.
Yeah, well, that's
like
easy.
If you're going in, just basically hit like a shuffle button.
Yeah, but it's built in for that. That's already built in.
Mm.
Right? I mean, like, think about it. That's already built into the system. So, I mean, all you have to do on that one, that's why I was saying I don't get why they would do that, because I could easily do that with without needing it. You know? Why would you do that to me? No, just the TV shows. I usually watch the movies for a different feel. But there's 841 episodes of Star Trek now. Randomly shuffling any of them in would be awesome. Just like an episode of the original series, followed by, an episode of the animated series, followed by Lower Decks, followed by, you know what I mean? Like, it would be so cool. You're like, I'm figuring this out right now. One more thing. I'm just amazed that you're actually attempting this at all. And, please. Green was just. Make a show about shows. It's the show of shows.
I think they already had that. I believe it's called Seinfeld.
Did you just say Psycho?
Seinfeld.
Oh, Seinfeld. Yes. I like Psycho better. That was funnier. I was like, the hell? But yeah. Yeah. Well,
Yeah. Psycho was better than Seinfeld, that's for sure. Woohoo! Alright. I have 11 cards to still write stuff down for.
yeah. Show. Whoa.
Once I'm done with this, though, I need someone to be an editor of sort for it, which is going to be a unique task because I also have to show them the images for the cards. So they have to go through each card and then they have to make sure that my description and like my meanings can be seen within the card. So that's going to be fun.
I like interesting atmosphere is always going to be good. Right. I know what you're talking about. You were talking last night about lore and world building. And world building is one of the fun things to do in storytelling. The world building in here is a lot of fun. In Bellatrix Rising and things like that. It is 11:11 your time. 1111. But it is only 10:11 on our side. Man, that didn't take any time at all. Man. Kind of scary, man. Just kind of scary. All right. Switch to correct font with Guy Chan. Daichan is the font that I made a long time ago. I'm going to switch to 18 point. Actually, make it 16 point, I think is where we were at. Okay, make sure it's centered. Primative cultures, primative. That's kind of cool. I like that idea. So it's kind of like a constant dripping. Balloon. Oh, see, now I can't spell balloon. Because now I've seen it too many times. Ballon, yeah. Mm-hmm. 2 L's, 2 O's. Are you there, Pepper?
What's up?
Balloon, Balloon, 2 L's, 2 O's.
Yes, it's supposed to be. Yeah, I believe so.
Thank you. It's one of those, now I've seen it too many times, so now I'm sure that it's wrong. All right. And that is that. What do you think on this one? First, I think we will save it like this. Save as in PNG, so we get the clear, clean version. So that later, when I put this into a book, and then we put orange would be orange blends, red, yellow. We haven't done yellow. I think yellow's good. Thank you, Travis. Now we set it for a bunch of paper. Both of you guys were so helpful with aluminum. That's what you do. I'm just doing my work here. I don't know. I'm mumbling. I'm not making any sense. There we go. And 266 is out the door. Well, not out the door. 266 will be out the door in just a moment. Still want a Star Trek lunchbox. They're really not that hard to get on
eBay.
On eBay, I mean, like even the old vintage ones are $14 or whatever. They're really not that expensive, which is not horrible. I mean, drug. What do I know, right?
Hey, don't ask me.
Right?
The only tin lunchbox I think I actually wanted, I don't think I ended up getting.
Okay. That sounds somewhat ominous.
Hmm?
So that sounds somewhat ominous.
Well, it would have been in kindergarten that I would have gotten one.
Oh. Well, yeah, that's about my mentality level. That makes sense.
Yeah. And then when I went to first grade, that's when I was. That's when I went to go live with my aunt and uncle. So I didn't have anything that I had in kindergarten with me. So I would have had brown paper bags if I had a lunch with me.
Right?
And I don't think I ever took a lunchbox after that again. So yeah, it would have been kindergarten that I had a lunchbox or a lunch tin.
I had a lunch pail up until like elementary school. But um it was um it was whatever mom got that week.
Mm. Trying to remember the one I had. I wasn't sure. I think I may have. I think I may have gotten a hand-me-down one from my older sister.
Yeah, that's usually
Which
what
case
happens.
that would have been a Care Bear one with either Grumpy Bear or Braveheart Bear.
Really?
One of those two.
Aspect ratio again? I think I'm just coming to the conclusion that meta just assumes it's always wrong. Every time.
Okay.
Ooh. God 123 JSO. I can just call you 123. We call you God. We could call you God. That'd be funny.
Well, apparently booty cheeks are clapped with that person.
Right? All right. Firing it off. Now. Hey. Springs is out the door. I've accomplished that today. It should show up now on GS Davis Art. And let's see what we've got. Can I? No, I can only boost it. I've been trying to figure out a better way to deal with this, and there really isn't. There's only one way, and it's so frustrating. It's like the only way to do this is to log in to GS Davis Art and share it in my feed. What I don't get is why they won't let me post to more than one place.
What?
And they're really big on doing all of these things where it spreads as much as possible, but wow, my tablet is 3 years old, guys.
Okay.
I just
Cookie?
Yeah, do you need a cookie tablet? Tablet cookie? No, I just noticed while going to my page, my personal page, that the yeah, especially as much as it's worked, you know how much I put this thing through its paces. This thing's super, super busy all the time. So
Crayons are fun to play with, Travis.
Crayons are always important, man. Your lack of preparation and maintenance does not constitute an emergency on my part. One of my buddies who is a mechanic.
I don't know if I would say they're fun to eat. They're definitely weird to eat, that's for sure.
It's happened. Not gonna lie. Play-Doh tastes good. All right. Now, back to work. Back to work for us. Yeah, I mean, if you're talking about the thing you sent a few minutes ago, yeah, did you send another one? Or are you? I am not bringing up video while broadcasting, because if I bring up video, it'll broadcast it. So you're going to have to wait until... So, yep, I got it. I'm not going to broadcast video, though. All right. Righty. So this is going to be the new area for the rec deck, if you will. I'm going to put baths in here, so you can public bath. I think people should public bath. I think that'll make people happy. Because now that I am clear of that, the other thing I kind of wanted to, man, now that I don't have anything to do, I've got a zillion things that I want to do. Like, I don't even know how to handle all of the things that I want to do today. Because I don't have any requirements on me. So all this stuff that was like, I got to do this. Okay, I'll see you Sunday night, Travis. Good night. Or good day. Good day.
Hi, Travis.
You, sir. Good. I said good day. Okay, I'm done. I'm not done. I'm just weird. All right. So a buddy of mine fired off the old AI and had it do like wild and woolly 50s era spaceport things. And I love the look of 50s era stuff. So I'm going to take some of this as inspiration to make buildings that we can use for Bellatrix Rising, because in my opinion, if it's my story, I can do anything I want with it. And the things that I would want to do with it are make 50s and 60s sci-fi looking buildings, because of course, TOS Star Trek is the best ever. And so, you know, and since it's my story, it doesn't matter. Nobody's gonna complain about it, you know, or at least nobody should. Because it's my story and I can do whatever I want. So Brent, just so you are aware, every day or every Tuesday and Thursday, I take my kid to karate. And when I do, instead of sitting in the karate class, I go over to the Starbucks. I have plotted out all of Act 1 of Bellatrix Rising. So that's the first 7 episodes. And I have the names for all 22 episodes and a basic idea of what all of them are. So, and all of the old Tamerlan scripts have been repurposed and moved. So they're now all in those slots. So that way, episode 22, which is the end of the thread arc, will be connected to episode 1 correctly. Hey guys, hang on. Somebody's at the front door.
Okay.
Okay, more solar stuff. Sorry, guys, that was solar stuff. An electrician is here. Electricianing. No.
Do you need
to have permission to electrician. So, which is good. I want as many electricians to do this as possible, because the more electricians we have, the less likely my house will burn down. And I'm very big on my house not burning down. I know, I'm weird, but it's true.
All right. Houses burning down are not a good thing.
Yep. So, Brent, I'm totally cool with you pushing. But like I was saying last night, I had like 2 breaks. There's a lot of breaks on this job. And besides, we're going to need this anyway. So one of the things actually I've discovered by working with Daz Studio is that I don't want to do any more animations out of Daz Studio. I think that's what I've
just for a while.
So, I'm sorry, what?
At least not for a while.
Well, no, I think I want to learn how to animate out of Blender straight. Blender has a lot of things that Daz Studio just simply does not have. And so I really want to.
Yeah.
It's starting to be a problem. I don't need you. I need to make. You can take tonight through Sunday night. Actually, that's literally what's going to happen. I'm going to get back to cracking on the other stuff come Monday morning on at work, or Sunday night. Well, Sunday night has to be Springs because we want to try to get another Springs out, but we got to rock and roll. we got to rock and roll. And we will. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Jennifer. My boss. She's cool. Because I told her I would remake these images for her at some point. I know. And actually, like, yeah, you're not joshing that much. I'm pretty much agreeing with you. Let's add. Because see, we got all these paths. Let's add a Bezier. How do I get these?
I will be right back.
How do I control this? No. Curve pen. Oh. Oh. Can I draw? Like really draw? Look at the amazingness. Okay, we gotta stop. Wow, that's kind of fun, actually. Little did I know. That way I really can draw these things. Kick butt. I turned that into a no. That's not a real thing. I just literally just doodled on stuff. Younger LaForge. No.
Back.
Younger LaForge is adorable. There's another LaForge in there too.
Well, the character, LeVar Burton's actual daughter plays his daughter on the show, I thought.
Yep.
Huh?
Yep.
That was already spoiled because,
Me.
internet.
And me. With you, what I've discovered, folks.
Hmm?
I discovered that I can draw with a pencil in Blender.
Okay.
You have no idea what this means, do you? Because if I'm correct on this one, I have to figure it out. Screw. We have discovered something amazing. I'll have to do something about that top. This is super useful for making shapes that are shaped interesting. Okay, now I've done that. Now I've got to take the annotating eraser and annotate erase this. And now I can go into edit mode and grab the pencil. We can talk about things like building design. Right? And then, I just need to select you and straighten. There we go. And we'll go here. We'll do this. Okay, now I'm having fun. Object mode, add modifier. Screw. Screw that. There we go.
So, with 5 minutes to spare, I have 7 more cards to write on. Started the show with 11.
Nice. Nice.
I'm actually into the last 7 cards, which is great. Yep.
So the curve is still there. Question is this guy the object with a curve underneath it? No, it's like a UFO now. Okay, I'm done.
Before I joined the show, I was watching Ancient Aliens.
Right?
Now I feel like I'm watching it again.
Alien. We are. And little did you know that that was the way this was going to roll out.
I figured something like that would roll out.
Nope.
I am talking to you.
Yep. It's only a matter of time before something weird happens. It is the nature of the beast.
That is true.
It was one of the potential drawbacks to being
friends with you.
Friends with me. It is indeed. Wow. A lot of. There's that. Yeah. You're not going to say it was aliens, but it was aliens. You're just saying it was aliens. Aliens.
I'm not going to say that it was aliens, but I will say it's aliens, yes.
It's a thing. Did you not complete this through? Just like the fact that it's called screw. I think that's funny. They couldn't call it rotate or whatever. Transform curve to mesh. Does that make sense? This is a lot of steps. Why did you make these steps happen? I think it'd be under, like, your controls. Add fake user. What is that? Not transfer this thing to object mode U. Convert to mesh. There. Now I should do edit mode. Yes, that's what we're looking for. We only have a few more seconds, really, but I'm gonna go for just a little bit longer because I'm selecting it. So was it aliens? I'm just curious.
Yes, aliens.
Definitely aliens. Making sure, it's gonna be aliens. It's gonna be aliens. You hear that Bill Watterson's putting out a new book?
What would that make it like the first one in how many years?
20 years.
I mean, he's been still making Calvin and Hobbes, so
He just does it in sneaky ways.
what do you mean?
He doesn't do Calvin and Hobbes. Really?
What are you talking about?
He doesn't do Calvin and Hobbes in the traditional way.
We are talking about the Calvin and Hobbes author, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm. He retired in 1990 or something. And then vanished from the world, never to be seen or heard again. Which wasn't necessarily true that he was never to be seen or heard again, but you get the idea. There's a divot point in the center. It's like going all the way up there. So anyway, yeah, he has not. What he'll do is he'll sneak into like Stephen Pastis' comics or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So he still operates. He just won't tell anybody he's doing it because he doesn't want anybody asking him to do it. So he doesn't let anybody know that he's still working, which is the trick that he's been playing with.
Mm. Well, I know he
just doesn't.
Well, I know he still posts Calvin. I know he still posts his comics on Twitter at least because I follow him there.
Patterson? I think you've seen reposts of Calvin because there are
well, he slips new stuff in there every so often. So
I don't know. I feel like, I mean, you may be right, And I'm totally willing to say you're right, but I feel like there's been a lot of he's publishing for the first time in 20 years, and he was off drawing or doing landscape paintings, and you know what I mean, like intentionally kind of
Well, the
not
thing
getting.
is, you have to remember, he doesn't like the limelight. He doesn't like large gatherings. He's a huge introvert.
Yeah.
So, for him, the way he operates, he just does what he does, and he doesn't like he does it because that's what he wants to do. And so, like when he has stuff being reposted, I think it's a publicist or something that schedules his posts for him. And every so often, you'll get a single image out of him, and it will be like, it won't be like something I've seen before. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It wouldn't be from something from. So it's like almost as if he did something like kind of like for the fun of doing it because he missed doing Calvin and Hobbes.
Yeah. I like I said, the media likes to say that he hasn't been operative in 20 years, so makes me believe that he hasn't operated in 20 years, but we could be wrong. And like I said, I know he will sneak in with Stephen Pastis and stuff like that, and like just sneak in comics every so often.
Yeah.
But they're always Stephen Pastis's, it's always Pearls Before Swine or something else.
Yeah.
It's not Calvin and Hobbes. It's Calvin walking through the middle of Pearls Before Swine. And you can tell that the characters of Pearls Before Swine are not drawn by Stephen Pastis. Like, they have a different flair, which means that Watterson drew the comic. Telling you. Sort of thing. However, I don't know. I just work here, man.
Well, I just canceled the doctor's appointment for someone else.
Not you. And, I just saved a lot of money by going with Geico. Okay, I'm going to go get lunch with my kiddo.
You do that.
Birthday. And he's
Well,
going
tell him I said happy birthday.
I will. He's going to get donuts.
Well, have fun with donuts. Alright, well.
Make this and then I'm going. I'll see you all later. Bye, everybody. Thank you for joining us, everyone. And have a great weekend. And we will see you all on Sunday night. And as always, keep your eyes on the stars. Good night.